Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Lots of Palindromes by GDC. So this begins our November theme week for those who are newer to the series. Every first Monday of the month, we do a theme week where all the puzzles, the 7 puzzles for that week, starting on that Monday, so today, all follow the same theme. And so the theme this week is palindromes. So every single puzzle will be palindromes plus some other constraint. And so this is palindromes and odd lots. All right, well, let's go over the rules. We have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. So in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have palindromes. So the way palindromes work, the way the rules state it, let's just do this one. It needs to be the same forwards and backwards. So this could be, say, 1 3 3 1. So if I read this forwards, it's 1 3 3 1, and if I read it backwards, it's 1 3 3 1. So from both directions, it reads the same. So just a little tip for you. That does mean that basically you can think of it as clones. So these 2 digits have to be the same digit as each other, and these 2 digits have to be the same digit as each other. So the cells that are equidistant from the center have to be the same. So in this one here, the middle one doesn't care what it is, but these 2 have to be the same. They could maybe both be 2, and then this would be maybe a 5 or a 4 or 3. It doesn't care because it's always going to read the same forwards and backwards as long as these 2 match. All right, so that's palindromes. We also have circles on some of these palindromes. These are odd lots. The way this works is the digit in the circle counts the number of odd digits on its line, including itself, but it can be even, in which case it wouldn't include itself, right? So let's just pick something easy here. Let's say this was a 3. That means there are 3 odd digits on here. So maybe this would be 1 and 1 for a palindrome. So 1 3 1 would work here. Another option is this could be, say, a 1, and then these could both be 2. And the number of odd digits on here is 1. So that's still correct. This could also be, I think, did I say this could be 2 with a 3 3 or something like that? Anyway, so that all works. So that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. All right, I am going to do even odd coloring today. So 6 is even. So I have my first color. I like to use blue for even and orange for odd. That's just kind of what I'm used to doing. So where do I want to get started? I think I should think in general about palindrome lines and odd lots. So my first thought is we have a lot of clones, right? So it's really hard to get an odd number of odds. So on this line, for example, I don't think we ever can, because every time we add an odd, we add another odd, because there is no center cell to this. So an even length palindrome has to have an even number of odds, which makes both of these even. And then we have to have odds on it, which makes both of these odds, which forces these to be 2s. So we get our first digits. 2's down here somewhere. These can be any odd digit, though. Now, on something like this, we can get an odd number of odds if the middle digit is odd. So the middle digit is telling us whether we have an even or an odd number of odds on the line. Well, it feels a little bit stranger than that. Okay, let me put it this way. At least in the case of this line, this can't ever be even. I mean, first of all, it can't be a 2, so that helps. But even in a void, if this were even, it's telling us we have an even number of odds, but we only have 1 cell left. Like if these are even, we only have 1 cell left to make odd. Now, 0 is an even number, but 0 is not in the puzzle. So we can't do 0, so we'd have to make this odd. But 1 is an odd number. So, I mean, the point is that this is 1 or 3. Not 1, though. This has to be 3. It's the only option. Right. I guess my point was this has to be odd, making it 1, 3, or 5. 5 is too long for the line in general, and there's already 2 odds on it, so it can't be 1. So these are both 3s, and they're odd. And this just has to be odd in order to fulfill the 3, but we don't know what it is. All right, so what about this one then? It's got either, like these are the same as each other, right? So it could have 2 odds on it, or it could have 1 odd on it, or it could have 3 odds on it. So I guess this is just a 1, 2, or 3. So that's actually pretty open. 1, okay, does that actually work? Okay, so if this is 1, it's odd. These would both be even. That's fine. If this was 2, that's even. These would both be odd. That's fine. If this is 3, these would both be odd. And that's fine. Okay, so that all works out. This doesn't have a circle on it. This is just clones. What about this line? So again, the middle digit is going to determine how many, whether we have an even or an odd number of odds. Okay, I think we can simplify this a little bit, because if it's even, it has to be a 4. And that doesn't work. So if this circle is even, it can't be 2 or 6. So it's going to be 4. But I only have 3 cells left to put 4 odds into, which isn't going to work. So we've just proven that this is at the very least odd. And it's definitely not a 1, and it can't be a 3. So it has to be the 5. And 5 is the length of the line, so these are all just odd. Okay, well that works out. This is a 1. The rest of this box is even. That makes this even, and that makes this have to be a 1 and odd. The rest of this row is even. We can fill this 3 as well. I'm sure there's just a bunch of coloring I can do. This is even. Wonder how, if I should just try to color as much as I can first, probably. That might make it easier to fill the digits later. Although I'm not seeing a lot to do. This can't be 3 or 5, so this is a 1. This is 5. That puts the 5 there. So this can't be 5 or 3. So this is 1. I need a 5 in this column. Actually, that doesn't do anything for me. Maybe I do need to fill some more digits. Oh, this is even. It transfers across the palindrome. That makes this odd, and it's a 3. Do I know how to continue? 3 in this box has to go here, and that's odd. This is even. I guess I could put that these are 4, 6. They're not a 2. 5 in this row can only go here. This 5 looked down. So this has to be even. That makes this odd and a 3. That makes this even. Not 2 or 6. That's 4, and that's 6. Puts the 4 on both of these. Because the palindrome, this is a 2, 6 pair for what it's worth. I need a 4 in the column, can't go there, so the 4 goes there. That makes this odd and a 1. That makes this even and a 6. All right, this is odd and a 1. This is even. This is odd and a 5. Okay, we have all the odds done. This is 2, 4, 6, 2, 2, because of the palindrome. 6 and 2, that's 6 and 4, and we're done. All right, neat puzzle, GDC. Nice intro to palindromes, and odd lots really interact with them in an interesting way. So that was pretty neat. I liked thinking about generally how we needed to approach the odd lots on the palindrome. Cool. This ended up being the most open one. It could be any number in the circle. But yeah, that was neat. All right, cool. Well, let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.